Alright, let's just get right to it. Sorry about that. Minor health issue. Just had a bit of a coughing that I had to deal with. In any case, we are here on the Dadcraft73 Patreon server, and I am standing in the bee farm. Basically, not a whole lot going on this morning. For some reason, my watch notifications were being silly. We actually have bees. I'm impressed. That sounds silly to be impressed by, but for the longest time, we didn't.
Hello there.
So now let's just make sure the box is actually working. The big issue with this one has been that these don't stay full. So when this happens, then that box isn't going to function properly. So I know that I've got some lacking, or I'm lacking some bottles. So we can deal with that, but it's not exactly super exciting content, so let's just try and leave that a little bit for later. Blocks. Okay, that's what I was doing when I logged off. I, for the life of me, cannot remember what I was up to when I logged off, so that's where we're at this morning. But what I came on to do is we didn't manage to finish up the copper inlay that we were working on. Seems like it's for both of us. It's not a big deal. Good morning, Fantastic Sherlock Fox. We've still got some copper fixing to do, and then the tail end of the hat to put together. So I'm just going to dump these in the boxes and just get to work. Hopefully everybody had a decent weekend and a decent start to their week. That way for now. Just do the moving part, because we should have enough blocks to do the bottom section to fix it and get that part pushed over. I've been trying to mark where I left off with the corrections, and yeah, not that great at it. Let's just see. Okay, so here that had to be 2 blocks over. Did it work? No. Starting from the top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That in jog by 1, yes. That in jog by 1, yes. Another 1. 4, 2. Sorry, I've got my pattern beside me. Let me just show you roughly what I'm working with. 5 references. That's what I'm working on making. At the moment, we have. It looks like it's mostly complete after the top of the hat, but because we ran into the beehive block, I've shoved everything out the opposite direction a little bit. So we're just doing an adjustment to top to bottom before we finish off the top. Because, you know, oopsies happen. Alright. So I'm counting 1, 2, 3, 4. Diagonal. 2, 3, 4. In by 2. And that's the one we messed up the other end. In by 2 at this side. Then the one below. Okay. The fixing of mistakes is always the part that takes the longest. Oop. Funny part is, what's happening on one end may not be what's going on correctly on the other end. Down by 1, in by 2, down by 1. This one has to shove 2 to the left. Nope, shoot. Did not bring the dirt. Okay, so that's a pain in the neck, because we've got a lot of back and forth to do. What I'm actually going to do is I'm just going to chop up a couple of bits maybe not there. Let's try over here. A couple extra blocks. Handy. 1. There we go. And that way, when I'm going back and forth by 2, I don't have to worry about having to run back and forth with the block just to be able to finish the row. Okay, so then this one should go over by 2. Double checking my picture. So we should be, oops, we should be 3 out on this one. 3 from the previous spot. Do 1, 2, and 3. There's the 2 blocks, and then I'll recover them on the other side. Go, just about done that. All right, one more down. This one. That's why I should have brought the extra. I keep thinking there's reasons I should have extra blocks with me, and then I never remember. Mornings. All right. The other thing that we've got on the tap today is I've got a couple of things that need building inside the church building, and I suppose we need signage around here. I've also not put a couple of the stories in books at the bookshop that I need to get done. But we'll see if we get to that part or not today. This one goes in by 2. And this one can go in by 2. Start this row. Out by 2. 1, 2. And next row. Out by 2. Just gonna double check to make sure that works. There should be 3 gap below the one above, and then 4 gap below that. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so that's it for the hat. Just get the dirt thrown in the other side. Make sure that this one's right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we're good. Okay. This part's pretty obvious what needs to happen because the picture's small enough there that we just have to push everybody to the outside by 2, which is a bit of a pain, but hey, doable. Carrots. Come on, you. So very, very exciting content this morning. As you can still hear a little bit in the voice, we've got a bit of a cold still. You know, it's one of those lingering things that just won't go away. So it just occurred to me, I should check and see whether or not I've got the single snippet redeem still in place, because if I do, I should take that out. Definitely not one of those things that that is doable at the moment. I mean, I try, but it just doesn't sound good right now. Okay, there we go. All right.
Hello?
Now, I would like to do some Vault Hunters this week. We'll see if we can get that far. I only have a stream once on Wednesday, so I got Wednesday morning, not the usual later slot. And the reason for that is just I'm out to another Broadway show, like a traveling Broadway show with my mother. So it's taking that spot off. Good morning, Scrublord. How are you? Good to see you. Always good to see you. Hopefully you had a good weekend. Oh, oops. So I'm just in the process of fixing up the Poirot inlay that we had. And you can see the reference picture on the screen there. Just had a bit of a boo because we ran into the big honey block thing. So I'm just pushing it a little bit outwards, then we'll finish off the hat. Going to need to add sign engine descriptors and whatever, and I don't think I put sign labels on the boat rooms, so I'll have to figure that one out as well. You got today off. Ooh. You have big plans for your day since you've got it off? hopefully something to chill out with or enjoy yourself would be a really good plan on the docket here. I'm going to cheat a little bit. And where did I put that button? Okay, and I'm going to give myself a hydrate just because I need a quick sip of coffee.
2, 4, 6, 8, everybody hydrate!
I keep forgetting if I use the button, it brings out code. If I actually type it in, it works better. Right. These back to place. You intend to... Yeah, that code really didn't work this morning. I thought that was odd. I'll have to figure out why it's doing what it's doing. Okay. 3, 2 out this way. And then we can start returning. I think I have myself a regular sleeper, which is pretty cool. I don't know if you're lurking there, JBT, but thank you very much for the sleep. Saves me the trouble of having to stop to do that. I just have to remember to watch out for phantoms. That's not a pleasant situation. Oh. Exactly, days off are amazing. And I have a couple of new questions of the day to add to the database. I haven't got around to do that. I wasn't sitting in front of the computer at the time that they appeared, but I do need to do that. And if anyone ends up with ideas that they want to throw into the question of the day database, please do let me know. We can always use more fodder. It's supposed to randomly pull, and the list feels long, but 1 year after we've started streaming, it's a definite, it's definitely noticeable when we've fully cycled and time to move on to the next ones. One, 2, 3, 4, then 3. Yeah, so it's time for me to figure out some new questions of the day. And my secret stash is unfortunately found out, so they're not as secret anymore. I just have to be careful what I borrow from others. They originally had said yes, but it's just, there's a point at which you kind of don't really want to scrape for everybody else, partly because sometimes people have seen the question of the day when that's the case. And then it's less interesting on stream. And well, the official secret stash, I will be honest, I did find some stuff on the web, and it was meant as question of the day for streamers, so I mean, no harm done there. But the augmented portion of the secret, of the stash that makes it secret, was that I was cribbing some of the less specifically identifiable to people type questions from a few of the other Discords I'm on that actually do a secret question of the day. Not secret, sorry, but like a question of the day. And so I didn't really want to continue doing that if I didn't run out of material. But now that we've done so, then it's time for me to smarten up and actually find some more new material for that. Back to the streamer one of the day and see which ones I want to pull and which ones I want to skip. That's part of it. Was some of them are the type of question that you get from the goofier streamers, which just wasn't my style. Things like, I mean, there's the inevitable pineapple on pizza thing. But actually, let me see if I can just grab one of them for you now. Let's see, where's the A properties? Okay.
Hello.
Steal the one that was told. Hey Swanky, how are you doing? Hopefully you had a good weekend. Who doesn't love pineapple? I like pineapple. I like it on pizza. I like it on pizza with pepperoni or with ham, bacon, or what the Canadians call back bacon. Any of those things are possibilities. But not everybody agrees with me, so I touched that one before. Let's see, where is the question that I was supposed to put in and didn't? Doo-doo-doo. I think it was an other off topic? Off topic? No, it's not about talking cats. Oh, movies? Movie night. Oops, that's not what I want to be. This one. There we go. Okay. So the question of a day. Some of you who have been in the Dadcraft 73 Discord are familiar with this one. But I'm just going to paste it. It comes courtesy of Lyric, so one of our mods' siblings, and they said that we could use it as a question of the day. So I'm just going to throw that out there. So the idea of this one is to pick any movie, keep one character, whichever character you prefer, and the rest are Muppets. So that's our question of the day. And it's not really a question, but sort of which one would it be? I guess I should turn that into a question, huh? Properties. Which did you pick? There we go. Pick. And who stayed human? Or sorry, who stayed normal, I guess? There we go. And just a bit taller. Come on. I guess that didn't fit. Okay. Properties. What's the length? Wait. Let's make it. Should work. There we go. Okay. Yeah. Sorry that's under my shovel. Let me just move that out of the road, actually. Oh, there. Not used to me quite so long. You can stay. What do you have? Do you have anything interesting? Hey! Can't talk to you if you're walking away. No. You never have anything interesting, bud. Sorry, you're not welcome to stay either. Don't spit at me, that's rude. Llamas don't have any manners. Oh, no heads today either. Okay. So, hoping Swanky had a good weekend. I think I missed that. My apologies. Where are we here? Okay, working on that. Dude. Sorry, but you're not welcome. Apologize. Cool, sure. Alright. We're working up the other side of the glasses. 1 and 2. One, I answered that question about the question of the day. Here's this one. Turn on the borders. I can see where it is. Ah. Alright, sure. When I answered the question of the day, my gut reaction at that point would be to watch Forrest Gump. I think that might be kind of fun. And the thought on that was you could either keep Forrest himself, I think that would be kind of fun, and then turn everybody else into Muppets, because half the time they were about as swift as Muppets. Wow, am I really batting 1,000 here this morning? Okay. So you could either keep Forrest, or I was just picturing him saying all that kind of stuff, and then Lieutenant Dan being, one of the other Muppet characters. That might be kind of fun. And even seeing Bubba, the sort of Bubba Gump Shrimp Company partner, as a Muppet might be kind of amusing. I have to be careful though, because some of the Muppets looks, well, they're all actually of their time, and so they love to ham up the stereotypes. It's kind of the point, in a way. And so it's one of those ones that if you were to redo it like that, you necessarily would need to be racist because of the way that the thing is set. But there's ways around it. You wouldn't have to be awful. Whoa, 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 whoa. Hang on a second. Let's untime out our buddy. Let's remove timeout. No, it the moderator doesn't like a word in the title of that movie. It's one of those unalive Bill things. There we go. Oh, the ellipsis. Yep, it was the ellipsis that does it. Gotcha. So, just for those aware, it does accept an ellipsis, but you have to make sure there's a space after it, as in you would find in printed books. If you don't, it thinks it's a link. That's what the problem is. So it's a lack of space behind the ellipsis that'll get you. I've tried several ways to see if I can get it to not do that. It doesn't like it. See, so Kill Bill with the main character being human and everybody else being Muppet. That would actually be not mildly, that'd be actually quite amusing, particularly when you're having like slow-mo action scenes. We're getting really upset and kicking people's backsides. That's really mildly funny. Wow. I guess the coffee didn't kick in. Or is it the buzzword for the internet these days, their unaliveness? But yes, you couldn't. Yeah. So you got it the second time. It was the ellipsis, and now that you put a space behind it, that would work just fine. The only other way around it at this point was for me to allow links for everybody, and that's just not something I'm going to be doing. Lord of the Rings, you said. Okay, please do tell. Who would you keep? And who would you turn into Muppets? Oh, sand. It's not meant to have sand in it. That was just a pure accident. So I'm just going to go get some more dirt and fill it in. So in the example I gave with in the example I gave with Forrest Gump, I was thinking if we flip this on its head, which will come up as a question, I won't put it in automatically for tomorrow or anything like that, but if we flipped it on its head, as Fantastic Shock Fox opened the door to, if you were doing the other way around, then if you kept, what was it? How did I put that one? You had the main character of any movie be a Muppet, and everybody else being humans having to pretend they're not working with a Muppet. What movie would you pick? Now, in that case, there's an easy shoe-in example that does exist of when you think of like Christmas Carol. You've got Michael Caine having to act with Muppets. So that's a bit of a giveaway one, but I was once again thinking that might be kind of amusing. Oh, sorry, I missed that scroller. My apologies. Gandalf being human. That would be cool. Keep Gandalf human. Can you imagine how confused everybody would be if Gandalf was one of those crazy wizard characters from like Fraggle Rock or something, and then we actually kept Frodo as human? That would be really, really odd. Okay. My overlay program just gave up the ghost this morning. Bizarre. Try that again. Come on, Twitch chat overlay. Huh. Okay, well, so much for that idea. Normally, I have an app that logs in my chat and I put it on top of my screen and see what the chat is. But today, it does not want to cooperate. Alright. So, yeah. That's not helpful. Back to where. So if I apologize, or I apologize if I missed something in chat. Because I made it stupid and got my microphone in front of the actual chat screen. Here we go. Hopefully that'll help. Keep moving. So their hope, their hope, blah blah blah. Yeah. So let's see, what do we got here? If Gandalf is human, it could show why he cares about little hobbit Muppets. That'd be kind of cool. Yeah, you're right. It's true. And if the Hobbit Muppets, if you had a choice of like who you were going to use, I think it'd be kind of fun to have the Hobbits be, what do you call him? That guy. What's his name? Robin. So he's the little frog that they've had for a lot of things. Come on. There, better. Do it this way. 1, 2, 3, 4. See if I can remember which is which. This way. And then. The other way around example I was using was my gut reaction if you flipped it on its head. So having one character be a Muppet and everybody else having to be human would probably be the James Bond films. I think that would be kind of fun because you could use that silly guy or silly Muppet character Walter, the one who was acting with Jason Segel in the Muppets reboot movie, I guess, and make him be the only one there, and then everybody else would be kind of confused. Oh, I did it wrong again. Okay, so let's move this end down. This, that. Okay. Counting it back here, we are 1, 2, 3. Oh, whoops. It's confusing when I'm getting myself to do little pieces at a time, so just trying to make sure. I mean, I could always wing it. It's not a huge deal, it's just a mustache. Oh, it dug a hole. Yeah, so I flipped it around thinking that everybody could be trying to watch, say, Kermit the Frog, attempting not to be doing his best impression of Rowan Atkinson's Johnny English, because that would just be all kinds of bad. Or they could use the Kermit the Frog villain character. That actually would be kind of amusing. The Kermit the Frog villain character from what's it called? From the second Muppet reboot movie. He looks kind of like the first Kermit, except he has a mole, and use him instead of Goldfinger. That could be kind of fun as well. Pardon me, where everybody's a Muppet until they save Matt Damon. Yeah, that'd be a good one. Pardon me. That would be pretty good. Sorry. Give me a second here. I'm just going to cover that off and I'll be right with you. Wow. That's, I actually like that suggestion. Fantastic Shock Fox. Mission Impossible with only Tom Cruise as human. That'd be kind of cool. I wonder if he'd still have to jump coaches. or hang from the ceiling. Which I guess if, in terms of the storyline, if you had a Muppet acting as the main character in the Mission Impossible movie, you wouldn't have been able to pull off the gag in the first one where they have to be careful because Tom Cruise is starting to sweat. They just totally couldn't have done that part. It just would not have looked right. Because Muppets, don't and or can't sweat. So, yeah. But he said any James Bond movie where only James is human, even his love interest is a Muppet. That'd be kind of funky. Particularly if you're thinking of some of the classic ones with, like, Sean Connery, for example, as a human. Moneypenny as a Muppet. Yeah. That would be an interesting one. Or Judi Dench replaced by a Muppet. Seems weird to me, but it's probably doable. So we have. I'm trying to think of a few that would work that way. Not necessarily even work. Would I pay to see it on, like, a streaming service? If I was already watching something else on that service, then yeah, probably. Harry Potter, where only Harry's human. You're a human, Harry. And it's like, look in the mirror yourself, Hagrid. That would be one big Muppet. Snape is a human. I really could not. Snape as. Yeah, there we go. Harry Potter, where only Snape is human. That would be a little messed up. I didn't do this side of the mustache down to the outside edge. Tiger sort of looks like a Gorg from the Fraggles. They could actually replace him with a Gorg from the Fraggles. Yeah, that would be really silly. As long as they didn't play him with those characters. If they did play him with the characters, then I'd have to go with the King Gorg, probably. Because Junior is just far too stupid to be able to handle that type of role of any sort. I like Hagrid. He is not exactly the brightest bulb in the box, but nor is he dumb either. So he's just sort of living with the circumstance he's got. Okay. So we got the mustache done, which means we're back up to the top. I have to sleep. And then work more on the hat. Although that would be mildly amusing though if every character was a Muppet instead of what it had been before. Then you would end up seeing a very, very large, rather literal sock puppet as a basilisk. That would be kind of cool. So this one. I don't need to have that marker anymore. There we go. Oh yeah, he's definitely innocent and naive, which means he doesn't know a whole lot of what's going on. For sure. Okay, how many bands? I forgot to count. Okay, so we've got this zone, that zone 4, then it goes 2, 1. Okay, now I know where we're at. Takes me a second to figure out where we got to last, because I stopped and then I went back the other way. So my marker got really messed up. 2, 1. Hello, marker. There we go. Okay. Yeah, I think that would be kind of funny to fill in with the Gorg. You just couldn't fill in with one that has no brains. I guess is where I was going with that. Of course, changing supposed gender, because they did worry about that in the 80s and the 90s, then we'd probably end up with not having the Gorg's mother, although her attitude probably would have been pretty cool for the whole thing. One below, so all right, so we have 1, 2. There's only 6 rows left, so we're really just about done this one. Drop by 1. in. I'm speaking of Fraggles, actually. Has anybody seen any of the new Fraggle Rock series? I've been meaning to catch a little bit of it, but just haven't dug it up yet out of Disney. I don't know if it's any good. I quite like the old series, and I showed it to the kids, or part of it, to the kids a few years ago. They weren't particularly hot on it. I mean, part of it was they just didn't understand some of the characters, and that they were young enough that at least my daughter, who's afraid of everything, was afraid of Gorgs, which I thought was rather ridiculous, but I could see she'd be afraid of it because they're just so big compared to the characters that she would connect with. But they've said they're willing to try again. We just haven't found the weekend where I'm going to impose that on them. But yeah, they said they were willing to try again. I'd like to see some of the new stuff just to see how it turns out. The funny part was I did not remember how the old series ended, so I have gone ahead and watched that because I'd seen the rest of it. I mean, they're all very single capsule stories. Oops. Once again, I'm making the escape mistake. So on the program that I'm using on the Stitch Fiddle website, if you hit escape, then the part that's tracking your position gets cancelled. Like you get out of location tracking. Whereas in Minecraft, when I hit escape, it gets me out of the chat screen that I was using as a pause. I made adjustments to the rows of the other one. So don't click back on Minecraft and then hit escape, then I lose position. Not bad, but just it turns the feature off. Actually, there's one that would be kind of amusing. To me, only probably, but I would vaguely be interested to see a shortened summary version of movie Napoleon with King Gorg as Napoleon. I think that might be kind of silly. And it's not to diss the original movie by any stretch of the imagination. It's just that 3 hours worth of Muppets doing that might be a little, or 3 hours worth of Fraggles doing that might be a little bit much for most people to take. Okay, but then I mean, there's another way of flipping it on its ear. I'm just not sure how familiar people are with the various Muppet worlds, whether it be Sesame Street or actual Muppets in their movies and their shows. Pardon me. But there's another way of looking at the question to say, if you had any of either the Muppet movies, let's stick with them for now, and you instead cast it all with humans, which one would you do? And I think it might be kind of fun to remake Time Bandits as a Muppet movie. But the reason I'm thinking about that is if anyone has ever had their parents had them sit through Muppets from Space, which is all about Gonzo, the weirdo, having his predictable "I don't fit in" moment. I mean, they've done that with just about every character. I mean, Disney's done it with Tigger in Winnie the Pooh. But Gonzo has his whole "I don't fit" period, and it turns out he's not just a weirdo, he's actually an alien. So it's really not that spoilerific to tell you that you get the lovely stereotype flying saucer coming down, and you find out, of course, that there's a whole species of weirdos just like Gonzo, and they have a great big dance party and enjoy themselves, and in amongst the dance party, the aliens invite Gonzo to go home. Apparently they've been searching for him for a very, very long time, and he declines because he's got all his friends and his new life. I mean, it's kind of, I would say it's probably intended to be the Muppets' take on, sometimes they go head on with experiences in real life, and so that might be the Muppets' attempt to discuss, adoptees, as the trend appears to be meeting their birth parents. and that doesn't always go well. I mean, up to that point, if you were to look in Wikipedia's, or not Wikipedia, sorry, like Muppet encyclopedias. 1, 2, 5. Here. If you were to look in the various Muppet encyclopedias, Gonzo's species is actually listed as Beardo. I thought it was kind of amusing. 1, 2. There we go. And it's also an interesting thought that now that, I mean, even back when Muppets was being made, people were still dealing a little bit with the love who you want to love thing, even though it was post-hippie era and so forth. But if you think about it, Gonzo is kind of bizarre because he kept wanting to date chickens and have a relationship with chickens without the adult connotation thereof, but just sort of the love and date who you want to love and date thing. And I'm all for it, provided that they look remotely the same. You know, like I don't have a problem with humans dating any humans if they want to. But if a human decided that he wanted to suddenly, he or she wanted to, or they or whatever, wanted to suddenly start on a regular basis dating horses, or, you know, it's not even a pet. Like, I mean, what if their cat wasn't their cat? They were trying to claim them as their common law. But, like, that would just be weird to me in a way that I just can't handle. And that's, frankly, that's what Gonzo was doing with Camilla, which I also thought was quite funny because it's extra amusing now that we have the, I guess for lack of a better term, because I never remember the right one, the king consort. That, I guess not consort, wife, whatever. The current king's wife happens to be named the same as the chicken that Gonzo was in love with. It's probably a coincidence because this was, you know, like that whole thing came up before King Charles and Diana divorced. But now it's extra funny when you watch some of that old stuff. So it's funny how sometimes, out of context to the question, it's amusing sometimes how fiction and literature, or fiction and books, what is with you guys? I put some fences on that one too. It's interesting to me how sometimes literature and books will mirror real life in the sort of the opposite way that that real life can sometimes take on, or I guess eventually have, elements of fiction. A very good example would be things like what in essence became the Sony Walkman and similar branding. But when essence became the Walkman, was talked about it in sci-fi books. I remember. Fantastic Sherlock Fox will remember which author it was that more or less invented that concept. We've talked about how Star Trek had the pad, PADD, before tablets like the iPad and the I can't think of the word today, the Microsoft one and a few other Samsungs and so on existed. Right, so they sort of beat people to it. Let's actually try having a proper sleep. Oh, I went the wrong way. Wow. She's not intelligent, this one. Okay, there we go. So it's interesting sometimes to see fiction going the other way unintentionally. Okay, what I'm thinking is I'm really bugged by that gate having visitors so frequently. And now that we're done Poirot thing, we can just clean up. I will take a quick moment to grab some fences and some gates, and I'll block off the portal. Jungle. Oh. I think I went oak the last time because what I had. birch and acacia? I really can't remember. Usually like spruce. There's a gate. Throw 2 on there. Insane. Wow. I actually don't have planks. That's unusual. Let's see. 4, 6. Okay. Let's make bunch. I was just about to ask the dumb question about why can't I make something, then I realized I'm being silly. Because, of course I can make it. I just have to look at the right system. 3, 6, 9, 12. That ought to do it. Oops, wrong way. Pardon me. I have to figure out a plan for tomorrow to see what we're going to do on stream. Normally I would easily default to Vault Hunters. That's what we were doing on Wednesdays before. But the reason that might be changed up is that they've just dropped an update today, and I want to make sure I get a chance to run through it, like to ensure that it... Oh. Okay. Make sure that it actually installs correctly and doesn't give me headaches. Steering running. There we go. They can come and go as they please now. I really should figure out what to do to get rid of some of this torch spam, considering that I really don't need a lot of it. But then we've got this sort of thing going on, right? Now, I don't know. There we go. Let's get it out of the way for now. Alright. So we're not in a perfect position, but in theory, if Dadcraft chose to tour us tomorrow, it would survive. So this is the face, pardon me, that Dadcraft was calling Peanut, I think it was, referring to the Planters Peanuts character. And where I'm standing happens to be a nose, which is kind of funny. Not intentional, but funny. But yeah, so that's my reference to Poirot. I was going to be doing a statue, but the thousands of blocks we needed is just not going to work for end of season. Finally got that one framed, and there's homes. I guess I should put more trees around that. Okay, back to the church. Oh, nope. Back to the mess I made to clean that up. Leftover shulker monsters, no bueno. I know I have a sound muffler, but it's really odd because even when I'm not muffling things, some sounds don't pick up. Like, for example, when you turn something into an entity, or like a little loose block, you should be able to hear it go dip as it picks it up. But I wasn't hearing that, so I was kind of confused. At some point I should probably clean up this dirt because it messes with the views. Okay, the carts are still there. No despawning. Excellent. How full is this? Not too bad today. Alright, so, pardon me. Don't like leaving stuff. Oh, what did I have there? Oh, it's a dirt box. Okay, well, dirt. Dirt box. Okay. The dirt boxes. I don't think I have a place for them. What's in here? Terracottas and stuff. What's in here? Bricks and dirt. Okay. Dirt box. Sure. This. Grass block. Sure. Oops. Spruce, right? Spruce. This. Actually, sticks don't belong there. Because sticks are everything, so where did I hide them? Apparently I didn't. Alrighty. Yeah, it's actually, I like the overall look. One of the things we need to get done in the church today, here's our 30 some odd cats. One of the things is I need to copy this chandelier piece into the center. So as you can see from the carpeting on the ground, it gets a little bit dark in here. I thought I had enough lighting. I mean, officially I do, right? Like we don't have issues with spawning, but it just looks really dark standing in here. So I can probably put another one of those chandeliers down in the center section. And then we need a bell in the tower, because one good church doesn't have one. Think about all she wrote. Okay, so that goes in the trading hall. Extra seeds. Where did they go? Oh, they went. Okay, they're on the other side. Any one of the composting zones. I still forget what to do with those stupid sticks. That's okay. Mob drops and potions. But that goes there. That goes there. Weapons and armor. No. Surrounding junk room. No. Surrounding junk row. Yes. Goes over here. Slow. Let's see what sticks there. That'll work. Spruce fencing. You can go over here. Alright. About as good as we're gonna get. So we've got. There's the sand and glass one. That's this one. Yeah, I don't know if we're gonna have any room for that. One lonely gold nugget. Where did I put? I want the gold. I had some gold. Oh, right. I had here. Those go elsewhere. Pepper and honey, actually. Alright. Close enough. So, I have gold blocks in gold blocks. That'd be sensible. I only have 39 of them. I think that's going to work. However, it probably would be smart to take a quick trip to the gold farm in the Nether and get some more, because somehow I'd rather have extra gold blocks than not enough. Let's just take that with us. I need to figure out where I put my other hat. There we go. Drop off these two things and then we're out of here. Hello. Ow. Fly fail. Ow. Alright. Dirt, you can go. Where's the dirt box? Over here. You can go over here. I have not looked at how much iron I've got on over here. Probably not much. Nope, not enough to make it over there yet. Fine. And then... it's one of those and then type of moments. I thought I had forgotten where I had put these things. Oh, the row is full. Okay. Where else did I put them? There's the extra. Come on, could you please move? Where did I get to that I can't get up? Things. Interesting. All right, there. Out. Yes. Okay. Off to the gold farm. Tricking. There's the speed. Probably not a bad idea to sleep before I go. Spiky potato grabbed first. I did hear that come in, but didn't see it, so hopefully that showed up correctly when it said hello. Alright. You. Let's make sure I know which direction I'm going. There's station hole in the roof. In portal. Spawn. Blah blah. Gold farm. On. And gold, of course. Option 1. Turn that off. That one off. We don't really need that. Yeah, leave it. That away. How are you doing today, Sammy? Let's try and fly not into things. Change. I'm also curious to know whether or not the gold farm had to be fixed after I quote-unquote fixed it. Broke it, then I fixed it, sort of. Basically what had happened was, when there's a lot of players on the server, Build Farm had been configured to deal with the lag, so that the items would get shoved off and put through the item sorter. The kicker, unfortunately, was that when there was no lag, the item sorter wasn't triggering properly. Like that whole system that pushes it down into the item sorter. Just alright. So this is not the AFK zone. Nope, it still has not been quote-unquote refixed. That's fine. Let's hope it works. And the answer is no, it does not. Alrighty then. Well, well, well. It's supposed to trigger that by itself, but apparently it's not doing so. I know I can fly in the nether. We saw that I do that, but I just end up on the wrong side of things a lot. There we go. And this one says, oh, kill zone. Okay, let's see if we can actually get this thing to function. That's what's supposed to happen. Well, we're getting closer. Something does happen. This is supposed to go, though. It kind of doesn't, which is weird. guys. All right. So as I understand it, just go to free camp for a second. Characters down there. We've got turtle eggs, which will make the zombie part of the zombie piglins come towards the center, in which case they fall off and they end up down at the hill zone at the bottom. We have to actually get zombie piglins to spawn, and that's not happening. Oop, is there somebody down there? Oh, it's me. Okay. There's one. Hello, buddy. You gonna go anywhere? Come on. Apologies to those who may have just seen an ad. Sorry about that. Funny how the ad coming up label is nice and small and easy for me to miss. And then the, oh yeah, well now that you've run an ad, your pre-rolls are disabled for X number of minutes. Thing is much larger. Dude, do you not care? I mean, if I could get a guy down there that I could swipe, I would. Hello? Okay, so that one died on impact. I think dying on impact is the point. But just... usually this thing is far more effective. The whole lack of spawning is just... And unlike some gold farms, there's nothing that I can just, like, start shooting. Buddy. That guy may be locked up there, but I'm just not seeing other piglins. Last time I was here, this place was crazy busy. I can guarantee I didn't do that. I guess I might have to go for a fly and hope I don't end up in the farm. I don't want to get farmed up. Right. There, they just don't want to do anything. Am I supposed to, like, tick you off? Well, let's experiment and see. Oh, that's great. Can I? Oh, geez. Ow! That was not what I expected. Where did you spawn from, buddy? You're not supposed to be here. Where did that guy come from? Glenn. Really? That's not very helpful. Now we've got more guys, I guess.
Oh, hello there!
At least we're doing something. Come on, guys. Oops, sorry. Bang the microphone. So, good morning, Lord Snarl. Good to see you here. It comes and goes. The voice is actually kind of messy at the moment. It's not as bad right now as it was earlier in the stream. Yeah, well... it's a sketchy build form. I couldn't build better, I'll tell you that. But it's not all that great right now. Hello, dude. Are you... So... And you have the choice to either swipe at them manually, you know, or we could actually have them just die from death. That's what the honey blocks are for, because they're on pistons, so that we can just pull them out, and then everything dies. But thing is, it just seems to not want to be actually sending a whole lot of mobs to it. Which is making it a bit of a slow gold farm. The gold blocks out of the way, you can see now. So they should all die when they just drop. But I'm not seeing anybody dropping, that's the problem. I'll have to talk to Brian about that and see what he can do. So we have a gentleman by the name of Stoner Miner who built this one. The big key is the fact that I'm not seeing a whole lot in the way of spawns. Now I know that some people say, you know, it takes a while for these farms to warm up. But I mean, when I free cam it and head up, we should be seeing more mobs on these levels than we are. Right? Got eggs to try and get them to come. And they're just not really showing up. I don't know. It's like deserted. That's not much of a gold farm. There's one guy. The other thing is, because of the way it's designed, it's not like I can stand somewhere and just peg them off. I don't mean to peg them off, but like as in to make them angry. That's what I originally had flown up for, just to try and make them angry. Amusingly enough, I got up here, made them angry, they all fell off the edge, which, you know, great, they can't get to me, but that's outside the farm. So that's not very helpful. While I was up here, it also spawned a ghast, so that was not helpful either. But yeah, we're not seeing a whole lot, so I need to figure out either what I did wrong or what the farm has had happen to it, but the last time I was here, it was really quite productive. Just me hanging out over there. Stuff goes down into the hoppers. Not quite sure why there's grindstones on the edge, but that's fine. We got observers checking the hoppers. Okay, great. A lot of them. And it's supposed to spit the stuff out from the dispensers, slowly drop onto this stuff, which is supposed to trigger pistons, shove it all off down here, and then down across. But it's not reliable. Like, I'd love to see something in this bottom zone such that when something's down there, it insists on firing the rest of it. I don't know how to make that happen, or I might consider helping out. And this guy, I don't know where he came from, because he wasn't there earlier. But it looks like we're missing, I don't know what we're missing, but something to make that not spawnable, which would be probably carpets or buttons or something. I don't think I brought either of those. To check. Do I have anything woolen? No. Maybe in my emergency box? Oh, okay, nope, my stack of stuff is not there, so I must have used it. Wow. Not that in 1,000 pig. Emerald, I guess? But no, that's not gonna work either. Can't turn those into buttons. Really did not come prepared today, did I? Oh. Brainwave. Come on, guys. Just one come down so I can make everybody mad. And then we can probably get a couple more spawns. Okay, that's not what I meant. fine. I make you mad? Does that work to make people mad? Apparently not. Come on, guys. I see you annoyed. Can't do anything about it. These little ones coming from. Hello, short stuff. Good question, actually. That is a very, very good question. There, maybe, but not particularly. Where we are. Quite some distance, actually. It looks like he slabbed it off. What is that? Oh, somebody's portal. Okay. Looks like they tried to slab part of it off. And that, there's a possibility these guys could be part of the problem? Very good question. One at a time. Need the short guys. That's one of the just kind of, when you're down here and somebody does show up, you can just anger them. So I had to wait till somebody actually showed up. And yeah, I've used my sword, but I don't want to take too many of those guys. It seems to be getting the rest of them to show up. Helping a bit, I guess. That guy that was down there, where are you again? You really shouldn't either. You guys can stay where you are. Get there from here. Oh, it's lucky. Fairly certain I can't make a shot. Yeah, he's up there, okay. Ow. on, buddy. That's useful. One more run and then we'll just take it off. Because I'm going to assume user error, but it's just because I haven't been here in a while. Yeah. Like it would help raise the ton to mob proof a little bit. Like the other piece that would probably help a little bit is if there was some way to be able to target some of the other levels. The one that we've got going in the Vault Hunters world I'm working with, it's not a better farm. I don't really care for which design, but the one they've got going in that particular world is the ring format, where you're in the middle of the rings, and you can actually see at least one of the rings themselves directly. And then as they try to walk towards you, they fall. So your AFK isn't at the bottom, it's farther up. I got 4 blocks. Could be worse. Oh well. Dispatch you, buddy. And do I have anything? No, I don't. I take this. Fine. Fly, please. Yep. Oh, come on. Oh, fantastic show at Fox. There is one person who has legit followed. You'll see him in the previously followed list, and they have a bit of a bizarre name. There's a story to that, but if you see them, please don't block. Forgot to mention that. Yeah, so nothing I can really clear out. Got ourselves a few blocks, 5 or 6, and add to 39, we might be able to get some stuff done at the church. Oh, wrong map. I've got 2 maps on here and it's blowing my mind for a second. Okay, where did I... Home. Just take a detour. A really quick check at the bookshop and see if there's anything that's sold. Pretty sure it wouldn't have. I haven't stocked in a while, but I just want to make sure I'm not outbooked. I fly when I want to. That doesn't help. We're gonna get the bulk shrieker and stuff. I always remember that. Oh. And here. Forgot we could turn off the references. We're done with that. Did I hear what I thought I heard? No? Oh, yep. What is that? That's not what I thought. Where is the bed? There's the bed around here somewhere. Used to be. There it is. Alright, so I'm pretty sure there won't be anything over here. It never hurts to check. Yeah, nothing. Oh, okay. And I guess we're not going underneath. Kinda hard to do that when there's no bucket. Alright. Try that again. So I can just about guarantee then that there won't be any diamonds because... And I was wrong. If people could get in. Kind of hard when you can't get in. Two's better than nothing, actually, and at least I'm not out of anything. That's the key. Yeah. Like I ever expected that one to sell anything. It's funny. The other person who would actually want that is me. Oh, might have to do some efficiency. That's about it. It is kind of cozy, actually. I wish I had the stories handy put up. But my kids have actually written 2 stories apiece to go in the main shop. I'll show you where the 2 are that we already have written. And that's, yep, 2 diamonds today. Not bad. So I have to close the door. Right. I'm gonna close this one. Come on. Go. Go up top. So the intention at one point was to have people on the server writing stories and stuff to stick in books around, and it didn't happen. The word didn't really get out. At one point Brian was talking about putting some of his silly joke stuff in various books on the walls, but that didn't happen either. No criticism, just never happened, whatever. But yeah, there's a book here, and then there's a book on the other side, and then the one right below it, of course, is going to be written by my kids as well. I've got the stories for it, I just haven't got those 2 put in. And these actually don't do anything. Like, it looks like we've got a menu, but it's more just for the cafe look. It's not actually a menu. Yeah, it's comfy. I mean, I would totally, I'd love to be able to put some wool on these ones, but you can't. It would just be kind of fun to just like sit and chill, you know? And I'm not familiar with, I don't know if we have mini blocks. I can't recall, but I don't use mini blocks, so that's why I wouldn't be aware of it. But it'd be kind of fun if you had an entity or something you could sit on their heads and actually sit down on the couch. But yeah. And then, so that's where downstairs we have the Department of Mysteries, and that's what I was referring to as the enchantment area. And then the restriction section was where all the books were. Yeah. Alrighty. Then back to the portal. The one-legged man is on this server as well, and there's his statue up top. That is our friend Ziptuous. He was a Java player before he was a Bedrock player, or well, at least more commonly in Dadcraft's community. So depending on when you know him, then that affects what name you know him by. Yeah, as it should be. Down here it looks like they're just in the stocks, but I love that we have some suggestions hanging over top of what could happen. Oh. For the longest time, I was one of very few... Uh-oh. Okay. I was one of very few users of the train system left, because of course once everybody gets their elytra and rockets, they just fly all over the place. But getting out to the mangrove swamps was a bit of a pain on the rockets and on the train. It didn't seem to matter which. I mean, the train was still longer, but it just took a while for it to happen. Where are we here? We wanted... in this side. Wow. But it just feels like after all that flying, it feels like walking is approaching. I want to make these. Oh, come on. One stinking block out of that? Are you kidding me? So our entire trip, we got ourselves 7 nuggets, 1 ingot, and 5 blocks. I'm going to claim it's user error, but yeah. Wow. Okay. Those, that. 1 more ingot, which means 1 more block. Got 45 blocks to work with. Actually, just throw that away. Back in the box after all of that. If we've got 15 minutes, more productive to be doing the chandelier thing. So I've got to get more of my spruce back. 3 fences, those sticks, wherever I put the sticks. I knew I'd lose them. Where did I put the sticks? Oh, random drops. Got it. There we go. Let's see. Yeah, it does know how to do it. And I'm going to need the lanterns. And then those. Gotta put gates in that one. Mostly gates. Okay, 1, 2, 4. Pardon me. So you can hear that the voice is going in and out a little bit. I need the gates. And the iron chains. That's where we're going. Chains. There we are. All right. Now, I always forget how long I made them. Oh, I can't guess that. Okay. Never mind. I remember I had kept the scaffolding, but where did I put it? When all else fails. Oh, not that one. Let it become a dirty situation. Ballpark the center-ish. There. Okay, or oops. A little far away. That one? Yeah. Can I reach? No. 1, 2, 3. Oops. I did it wrong. Doing it wrong. Alrighty. That's a pain. Yep. Oh, come on.
Oh, hello there.
Hey, yellow. It needs a skylight. Not intentionally. Alright, okay. I'm supposed to spread it out. What I was trying to do was to make the chandelier thing, but I'm copying from something I've built without paying attention to the fact that I built it weird. Okay. The center. Uh-oh. Put the one right above my head. Ballpark. So here, it's more centered. Then it's weird. I think I've just... Did I do what I just thought I did? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. This whole row is off by 1. That explains a lot. And I now know why, too. Okay. Okay, we're all good. Come on. There. There. Okay. Yeah, we're on Dadwell House. Yes. Yeah, I was. I don't know what the state is of Gold Farm on the Bedrock server, but at the moment, I'm not particularly a fan of the one on the Java server. That's okay. I also have to figure out a bell design, so I designed this thing, the thing I'm trying to copy, so the quasi chandelier thing. I designed it on the server, and then I went and built the one, and then after that, didn't bother to keep the design in my head because I figured, oh well, never going to use that again. Which of course becomes not the case, right? Isn't that how it always goes? Ow. Okay, we need more fences. How to do it. Yeah, so it's the servers, for those of you that may not be familiar with it, the server here is often referred to as the coffee server, of course being a Java version of Minecraft. But sometimes it's also referred to as the Dadwell server or Dadwell House. We were kind of joking about it because, if I remember correctly, pardon me, that Dadcraft's favorite coffee at the time was Maxwell House, just because it's convenient and it's a good store brand. And yeah, that didn't go over very well. Okay, so that's all. Oh, okay, so we're going this way. 3 across that way, 2 at the sides, and the rest is gates. Okay. just need the one in the center. And then the rest is gates. Oops. Yep. The reason I'm actually not on Vault Hunters today is actually just because they've had an update, and I just want to make sure that the update runs for me and doesn't crash before I go and start using it. Oh, come on. Floaty gates should not be allowed. Go. If it's a little different than the other one, I guess it's not a crime, right? It doesn't look right. It's not a crime, but it's gonna bug me. How's that? That looks right. Oh, up in the center. Okay. 2 out from the center. 1 out from the side. And then I'll install the lantern. Okay. Yeah, this is just copying the front one because it just looked a little dark in this center section. Although the fact that that one row of lights is sort of off could bug me. The thing is, it is sort of partly lined up, so I don't know. I might move them, I might. All right. Pardon me. That one's wrong. Okay, they did get picked up. Once again, I'm breaking things, and then I'm not hearing when they pick up. So I don't know what's going on there. Maybe it's because I've got too many of the other sounds muted that one got muted by extension, I guess? I don't know. That. Okay, that looks about right. Then let's just get out of the road. Enough that we can go up. Put up the lanterns on top. Come on. Can I reach that one? And this one. And that one. There we go. All right, we're just about done. To work out just about right for our timings too. That one. Oops. Nope. Off by one. There's a reason I put the wings on. There we go. Now it's not quite as dark looking in here. It's funny, now that I've got it up there, it looks really strange compared to the rest of it. I may have to do something about these hanging pieces and move them. I don't know. I figure out what to do with that. All right, so one major piece left in here that I just haven't been dealing with and really need to. And the whole reason we went to the gold farm today, that's kind of empty. So we need ourselves one or more bells. But being as we're only 5 minutes left, probably not the world's best plan to get started on something like that. Just, it's one of those things that I'll get started on and not be able to stop or not be happy with. So the other major thing I need to do is put up pictures of signs describing what's going on around here. But unlike some of the base tours that Diecraft73 has been doing of his Patreon servers on the Bedrock side, this is definitely not a coordinated thematic base in any way, shape, or form that would come anywhere close to the stuff we're seeing over there. But hey, I learned a lot this season, and I like some of the way that some of the builds came out. I learned a lot about myself this season, and that's probably important, even though it doesn't show in the builds. And, I mean, as Fantastic Shockbox can easily attest, Glenn is never happy with her builds in a permanent way. You know, they can always be improved or done differently, or. And then there's the I can't be bothered factor. So, you know, 6 of one, half dozen of the other, I suppose, in the end. But let's take one more quick... Oh, we're inside. That's not going to help. We're going to be indoors. Maps are great until they aren't. Alright. We're outdoors, please. Thank you. You see there's a big blob of cats. So one of the things I thought that actually might be kind of fun is to try and kite the cats to some of these various locations and just get them dropped off. Like, I mean, I could give the cats a cruise. That might be sort of fun. They're not related at all to the story, so that's why I hadn't at this point, but I could do that. Or I could park them all over Poirot's hat. That'd be even sillier. But I mean, like, the thing with the cats is they're related to a series that isn't referenced anywhere else on the base. There's not much I really could do with them. Pardon me. I mean, I could put them back in the library where they came from, but that's probably a little bit overkill. So yeah, we're at that point where we're sort of doing bits and bobs for activities. When I could say finishing up, I'm not sure how accurate that would be. You know, as I said, there's always improvements, always things one could do better or do differently. I mean, for example, all of these windows are clear glass. Most of the ones on the building that I copied from, or sort of inspired from, I guess, are clear glass, except that this one in the far window is done as stained glass, as are these side ones. I am horrible at stained glass, but I mean, I could give it a go, you know? It's not ideal, but I could give it a go. So, I mean, there's projects to be had, pardon me, and it's not necessarily scraping the bottom of the barrel. There's just things that I had thought there was a bigger chance for me to be unhappy with the outcome of the result than it was worth in the effort putting it in. But now that I see that these are off, it's really going to bug me. But yeah, that's where we're at. Plans for the week. Let's try that. So tomorrow, assuming all goes well, sorry, let me back it up. This evening, we're going to be playing some bingo. So 7 p.m. Eastern, we'll be back and we'll be doing some of the bingo runs. So approximately half of the stream, roughly 55-ish minutes per card. So that we'll try and get as many items as we can, as close to blackout as we can in that period. And I still reserve the right to cherry pick the card a little bit. No guarantees that I will, but if there's something that just seems incredibly unattainable, I may skip it. But yeah, that's the way we're going to aim it. And then tomorrow morning, starting, well, all parking about noon Eastern, is going to be a period on the Vault Hunters server. I intend to run some vaults, but I also need to do a couple of errand items that involve a little bit more exploration, so we could take a look at those too. We'll see how I'm feeling tomorrow morning and whether I'm focused or not. And tomorrow evening we'll not have a stream this time around because, as I mentioned earlier on, I'm out at a traveling Broadway Across Canada show, and we're out to see Fiddler on the Roof, one of my favorites. So I'm going to pass on that one, and then I'll be back on Thursday for more Minecraft. Not sure yet whether it'll be Vault Hunters or Vanilla, just because we'll see how the Vault Hunters go, and see if I end up in something in the middle. Okay, let's see. What have we got for people that are live? Because we're just hitting that part of the hour where people could be starting up or ending off, so see who's currently around. That's last night's list. Reload. Well, that's a dangerous one. Let's see, what have we got? There's not a whole ton going on right now, actually. Probably because I'm just a couple minutes early. I'm going to intentionally stall for a couple minutes, just because the one I could raid into, I'm pretty sure ends at noon, or ends at 2 Eastern. And then just about everybody else that I've got right now is unrelated. We've got like Lego guy. We've got Iskull, who's talking about patches for things. Patches for Vault Hunters. And then we've got some terraforming and chill stuff. But I don't remember following this person, so I'm not fully sure I should trust them. It was always great to have you guys join. Let me pop over to the end screen and we'll say our quick thanks and then we'll see who else is there. Alrighty. So I want to say thank you very much to Swanky for popping in when he could, and to Fantastic Sherlock Fox, to Scrublord, and to Yellow for sure, as well as to Lord Snarl for dropping by. I really appreciate having everybody here. If there's someone lurking I missed saying hello to, then I will wanted to let you know that you're all appreciated and anybody's welcome to drop in, drop out as necessary. That works really well for me. I'm not on Iskull's Vault Hunter, his servers. No, I'm actually playing on one called Mystic Craft. As far as I know, there aren't any other Twitch streamers from that server, but I could be incorrect. They just might be streaming at times that I'm not aware of. But you may have seen a couple of people in chat from there. I know we've seen Terrelmo and we've seen Craftin' Mama popping into stream from time to time, and those are a couple of my server mates. But no, I'm not on Iskull's server, and to be honest with you, I'm quite leery about today's patch day for the Vault Hunters, just because there's a whole bunch of cost increases that some of the players are not too pleased about. So cost increases being like material to build things. And so we've had a lot of our points that we spent so far refunded, which is fine. But I just want to make sure that I make some good choices when we go in. So there'll be a few little tips and, not tips, but tweaks and things to do. And then you'll get to see the tail end of the barn I was working on as well. So one more quick run to see if there's anybody. Refresh my list. 12:02, it gives people who are better at being on time than me a chance to get started. Let's see, what do we got? Not a whole lot different. So, today I think we're going to raid Minecraft Mom 82. Looks like she's working on a hoglin farm in her hardcore world, and it's been 3,600 days, so I think that sounds pretty cool. We're gonna head over to Minecraft Moms. Feel free to give her our best. Where is let's see if my cheaty button actually works.
Mischief managed.
Perfect. All right. So if you guys have access, feel free to grab the emote sets there. We can always use the global one at the bottom if you don't, or any emotes that work well for you. And we shall head on over to Minecraft Mom and give her our best. I don't know how long I'll be able to stay. I've got some stuff I need to get done, but I will definitely pop in for a few minutes. I will see you guys over there. Have yourselves a fantastic day. We'll see you tonight for some bingo or around the neighborhood pretty soon. Bye-bye for now.
Transfer complete.